Yeah. Welcome to the very first episode of the Necessary Roughness podcast. I'm your host, Big Lou. I got my co-host Zion Zenith and Miz in the midday will be joining us momentarily, man. You guys are tuning in to the very first episode of my love child, my brainchild, the Necessary Roughness podcast, where we are going to give you guys some much needed insight, some rants about sports and news and events going on in sports that need to be addressed, that the media may be too soft to talk about. Sports analysts might be getting their palms greased to not mention it. You know what I mean? But here at the Necessary Roughness podcast, we are going to give you the much needed critical advice that is not being spoken by the other outlets. So without any further ado, let me ask my co-host how he's feeling this evening. What's going on, Zion? What's up, baby?
What's up, Lou? Thank you so much for coming up with this great idea. Me, you, Miz on a podcast together. That is damn near an explosion to the YouTube world. He's absolutely right. We're going to give you guys unbiased takes on this show. There might be stuff where you guys are watching TV, you know what I'm saying, watching a sports clip. It might piss us off during the week. You might want to rant. You might want to come on the Necessary Roughness podcast and hear our takes about it. So tune in every week. Unnecessary Roughness podcast. We're gonna be breaking down some of the top burnt plays in the top 5 plays of the week. We're gonna be breaking down how we feel about certain things concerning our team, the New York Giants, and other NFL topics around the league. MMA, boxing, we got you covered for all of that. So make sure you tuned in and make sure you subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Over 200 subs and counting, and it's absolutely free. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Miz will be with us in just a moment, but happy to be here on the Wednesday afternoon. Let's get it. Hell yeah.
All right. So, all right. Now, this is a show that is exclusively for the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. I'm not even streaming it on my channel. It's strictly for the network, man. And so, you know, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, man. Share this video on your social media platforms, man. Help YouTube notice our channel and pull it into the algorithm so that we can grow.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm just tired of these networks and these sport outlets not really giving it to you guys, man. Not giving you guys the real. And you know, there's a lot of things that should be being said, on the ESPNs and NFL networks and CBSs and Fox Sports and all of these places that they won't say, either because they're scared of losing ad revenue or you know, someone speaking out or whatever the case may be. But you know, somebody's got to say it, man. These guys ain't saying it. And
It's just sad almost, right? Because you know, you look at these media outlets we watch, and we expect to get news, and we expect to hear something, and then they play it safe because they're so worried about their position they might have in the future, or what the line in they want to, you know, and to be honest, it is sad, and network television is dying. So hopefully, this is a platform where you guys can come and hear us give you guys the truth.
Facts. I don't know what's going on with Miz. Should be here. There you go. There is the link right there for the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. Make sure you guys subscribe. But without any further ado, man, I guess until we wait for Miz to get in here, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. Unless you'd like to start first.
Oh no, by all means, go right ahead.
All right. Topic number 1. Joe Shea, Brian Dable, general manager and head coach of the New York Football Giants. Now, you guys came here with glossy eyes and optimism and, you know, said you was going to rebuild the O-line and make us a contender and that we were going to be proud of the product that you put on the field. So far, since you've been here, you let our best player, star running back, walk out the building for free. You let Xavier McKinney walk out the building. You let Julian Love walk out the building. And now You bench your best quarterback with 7 games left and skip over his backup and go to the 3rd string, saying the hell with the season, the hell with all the effort that you guys put in for the whole year, practice, warm-ups, OTAs, walkthroughs, everything. Forget all that shit that you guys done. Forget all the hard work. Forget all the commitment, everything that you guys have endured. We're just going to save this 23 mil. And the hell with your sacrifices. You spit in the face of the other 52 players on this roster. You spit in the face of all the season ticket holders. You spit in the face of all the people who cheer and buy jerseys and hats and merch and come to the games. For what? To think that you're smarter than everybody else? To do something that no other coach for the New York Giants has done? Which is bring us to our lowest points per game since 1979? And these fucking asshats on ESPN and everything else are still fixing their mouth up to say that Brian Daboll's a good coach? That he should be allowed to get his quarterback? Joe Shane and Brian Daboll have come over here and did what John Gruden did to the Raiders. Annihilated this fucking team. We had a bunch of young, hungry, talented guys who just needed coaching and developing. Now we have a shit show. A locker room full of guys who have quit on you because you quit on them. And now, Daniel Jones was just signed today to the Minnesota Vikings, who are in playoff contention, where they play in the Dome, where Sam Darnold is their quarterback, who's about to be a free agent, and J.J. McCarthy is the rookie. Sam Darnold's about to go get a bag because he revived his career over there because Kevin O'Connell and the coaching staff that they have over there develops these players. Now DJ is going to go over there, get coached up, get some confidence back, and take this team to the playoffs. And we're going to be sitting here looking like a bunch of idiots that lets all our players leave and go shine elsewhere because we hire dumbass coaches because we like to use nepotism. Oh, he's my buddy's buddy, so I'm going to give him a shot. The hell with that stupid shit. You hired a coach that was never a coach before in Dable. You hired a coach who was never a coach before in Judge. You hired a coach who was never a coach before in McAdoo. You hired a coach who was a coach one time prior in Pat Shermer. Why do you keep getting these projects, these experiments? Go get a proven head coach with a proven track record to build a program here.
That's facts.
Watch our quarterback go score touchdowns for another fucking team. Thanks a lot, Joe Shane and Brian Dable. Ugatsi. Take it away, Zion.
Oh, you're naming countless facts after countless facts after countless facts. You know, coming into the season, we all had our thoughts on how this season would go, but nobody could have imagined that we would be this bad, this fast. And for Brian Dable and Joe Shane to do what they did on the team, absolutely. What message does that send to the other 52 players? Like you said, that grinded all off season to get to the position that they're in. You know, you go out there and then what does it do to the fans? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I look at someone like Dana White, right? Dana White says, hey, it's not all about the money for me. When you come to a UFC live show, I want it to be perfect. I like arenas. Yes, we could probably go and sell out Allegiant stadiums, but if fans are sitting in the nosebleeds, what kind of show are they gonna have? Not only that, but they have to buy the air tickets, they have to get the hotel rooms, right? So now you look at the NFL, and now you have season ticket holders that literally pay a lot of money to go and support their team. John Mara's dad is rolling in his fucking grave. This is so pathetic that a New York Giants franchise that is a 5-star franchise is operating like a half-star franchise. Okay, I don't know what you got going on, Steve Tish, but your ass needs to hop on the fucking plane and be in New York more often. I understand it's not your fault, but it all starts at the top. And clearly, Maiwa is getting fucking steamrolled by a fucking GM that thinks he knows it fucking all. Laughing at Maiwa, like, we're gonna be okay, and then Berkeley's breaking fucking records over in Philadelphia. Oh, I'm not gonna sleep well if Berkeley goes to the ops. So guess what, John Maiwa? He went to the ops. So what the fuck is Joe Shane still doing there? You see clips of Joe Shane and Brian Brown going to all these Brian Brown going to all these fucking Colorado games, right? You look at Dion walking up to them. Brian Brown looks like the smartest in the room on Hard Knocks.
Brandon Brown.
Yeah. I know I said Brandon Brown. Yeah, Brandon Brown looks like the smartest in the room on Hard Knocks. Looks like the smartest at fucking talking to Dion. Well, Joe Shane is like a fucking kid. Like, just, I'm going to get, yeah, you did a lot of good shit, but you did a lot of bad shit, right? And some of the bad shit you did is letting players walk, like Lou said, for nothing. For shit of a dollar, not even for loose change. McKinney's out here breaking records in Green Bay. Jordan Love is going to the Pro Bowl at Seattle. Berkeley just made the Eagles contenders. They're probably the team to, if any team right now, to beat the Detroit Lions to represent in the NFC because of Berkeley. And we're sitting over here like we don't even have fucking DJ no more. And at least I get it. I understand you want to bench him because of the injury caused. But at the end of the fucking day, you know, he goes and he has a pick of a fucking litter. So he goes and signs with a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? And where's the development been, man? There's been no development. We have a lot of stuff to get to, and I know Miz is gonna hop on in a second, and hopefully maybe we backtrack if I want to hear his takes on this. But at the end of the day, both gotta go. You can't get rid of one without getting rid of the other. Brian Dable is using everybody as a fucking scapegoat. It's pathetic. It's hilarious at this point. I have a hard time watching a 3-hour game on Sunday when, you know, I really could be doing other stuff in my life. And to sit there and put on the Giants is absolutely sad. We became the laughingstock of the fucking NFL, and it starts up top. So ownership, you need to get rid of these fuckers by Friday. I don't give a fuck if we win against Dallas. Who the fuck is Dallas at this point? Okay. And honestly, I won't even be opposed if you guys just watch the other two games and use the Giants game to go mingle with the family. You know what I'm saying? Why watch it tomorrow? It's gonna be sad. And at the end of the day, long story short, Brian Dable needs to go because he doesn't know how to call plays to save his life. Lou and the Big Blue Crew did a whole investigation files on Brian Dable. I suggest you guys go watch it, averaging 15 points a game, and they brought up a good point where the fucking finally you can move the ball. Is it you? Is it the alien Josh fucking Allen? And then you got Joe Shane laughing like he's gonna have the job for the rest of his fucking life. It's like, bro, these guys literally. Maybe you should be around football, but maybe you shouldn't be in a leadership position because these guys clearly can't lead a team. Back to you, Lou.
Facts. Yes, sir. E-Man Perry, new show, man. The Necessary Roughness podcast. It will be airing normally. We haven't figured out the day yet. I believe we decided on Friday. Then we changed it, so I believe it's Wednesday. We're going to be airing.
Wednesday, Friday. We'll get back to you on our YouTube and our Twitter page and stuff like that. But it's going to be weekly.
But, yeah, this is episode 1. It's me, Miz, and Zion. Okay. And it's Necessary Roughness is the name of it for a reason, because you have these media outlets, you have these analysts and these commentators who either get their palms greased to not say nothing or look the other way, or to play nice and not ruffle no feathers and make no waves. And a lot of the stuff that I'm saying right now is necessary. This stuff needs to be heard. The players need to hear it. The fans need to hear it. The owners definitely need to hear it. They need to get their fucking thumbs out their asses, get up, make some phone calls, move heaven and earth, do something. Because now the analysts are starting to equate the New York Football Giants with the New York Jets. And that's something I can't tolerate. We are not the Jets. We are the only franchise in the NFL that has a Super Bowl in every decade in the last 4 decades. So the fact that we're even being mentioned in the same sentences as the New York Jets is disrespectful. But you can't even demand more respect than that when you're coming out here and putting the product on the field that you're putting on the fucking field and the game on film that you're putting on film. So while I have a valid reason to be upset by this, I can't really rebut too much because you're not giving me no ammo to shoot back with.
We're loading empty magazines at this point and trying to figure out a way out. And then a point that I want to bring up that I missed out that you brought up too. It's like what you just said. What message does this sell the team? You know, you got 7 fucking weeks left, and you're giving up on the season. That's it. Like the New York Giants.
Screw all your hard work. Screw your injuries.
We don't do that. We're the New York fucking Giants. We don't give up on seasons. I'm sorry, but that's a Carolina thing. That's a New York Jets thing. You know what I'm saying? Not the New York Giants. So that alone, you can get the fuck up. You can. We should have left your ass in Germany, to be honest. Your ass should have been left in Germany. And as far as Joe Shane, that's another headache in itself.
That dude, you can tell he thinks he knows everything. He's one of them know-it-all types.
Even his 8th grade son is telling him, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Malik Neighbors. I absolutely think he's a dog. I absolutely think he was valid of that selection. But at the end of the day, they're not even adjust the quarterback anywhere outside of Drew Lock. And then you get Drew Lock. How confident are you in Drew Lock? You sell him on the image that he's going to fucking be able to play if Daniel Jones doesn't do well. And then you go and you skip over him to put people in seats. Because Tommy had that whole fucking Tommy DeVito shit. Like let's
no, it wasn't to put people in seats.
Mm-hmm.
He put him in there because he wanted to ensure that he loses.
Choke, you know.
You can't. Not only do I not agree with you tanking. Mm-hmm. To me, that's the most pussy shit in the world. Okay, but you can't even do that right. If you're going to do some fucked up shit, at least do it right. You can't even do that shit right.
Facts.
You're going to make it obvious to the world, to the media, and to the team. The team is sitting here looking at you with your first team quarterback playing scout team safety. And then you tell everybody we're going to go with Tommy DeVito.
Mm.
When you have a quarterback who is paid more, who has more experience in the NFL as a starter, you're going to skip over him and go to the 3rd string because you're clearly tanking. And you can't even do that shit right. This is as inept, as inadequate, as unqualified for a position as I've ever seen anybody be in my entire life. He's like the guy who lied on his resume and his application and said that he knew how to weld, he knew how to fix air conditioners and all this shit. And you give him the job and you send him to go fix some shit and he blows it up.
Yeah, it's great to study online and read a book about it and then lie on your resume, and then when you actually get out there and hands-on experience, it's not so different, huh? You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it too, it's funny how the opponent, the ops that literally has a lawsuit against the NFL right now is kicking ass in fucking Minnesota. Funny how that works out, huh? As the defensive coordinator, it's just pathetic at this point. It really is, and it's just sad to say that because you know we all bleed blue, we all love this team, you know, we all ride and die for this team, and at the end of the day, at this point, the head coach has made it to a point where this team don't even ride and die for us. You know what I'm saying? What are they gonna give us this year? A fucking Lord soda? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get a T-shirt. What's up, Pat? Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Let's get it. Well, this evening.
What's going on, Pat? I don't know where Miz at, man. Man running late. We hired the wrong Brian. I made it short about that, okay? I said, did we hire the wrong Brian? Because week 1, Brian Florence's defense handed us our ass. Pause. But here's another topic.
Let's get it.
We've touched on the Daniel Jones, the debacle and the fuckery that ensued to get rid of your quarterback without getting anything for him. Okay, a 6th overall pick in the first round, you got nothing in return for. A 2nd overall pick in the first round that you got nothing in return for. Right?
Best safety in the draft at that point, right? When we drafted McKinley.
While some people are willing to overlook that, some people are willing to overlook that, right? And say, well, he replaced McKinney with Tyler Nubin. He replaced Saquon with Tyrone Tracy Jr., right? Now, albeit both of those dudes have proven to be studs early, and I believe they're going to be great Giants in the future. I'll give you that. But you still got nothing for those guys that left. If this is a rebuild, if we're building a team for sustained success, and you're supposed to be a good GM that's going to fix the cap, bring players here that are going to buy in and be good for the foreseeable future, then you can't be letting your first-round draft picks walk out of here for nothing. And then going somewhere else and balling out. Because now I guarantee you, and people can say what the hell they want, that DJ's not a good quarterback, whatever narrative they want to push. DJ's going to get over there with Kevin O'Connell, and he's going to turn the corner. And he's going to turn into the quarterback that we at the Big Blue Crew Sports Network knew he could be if he had some coaching and some pieces around him. And all the guys who wrote him off and talked shit and said he was the worst quarterback in the NFL, he wasn't a pro-ready quarterback, he wasn't a starting caliber quarterback, he's going to go take them boys to a championship. And a lot of you guys are going to be sitting at home, not even in the playoffs, watching the so-called worst quarterback to play the game win a playoff game while your team's sitting at home. So stop listening to these fucking dumb narratives that these sports analysts push and these people with agendas push and these people who get their palms greased push to push a narrative, and start doing some critical thinking and look with your own eyes and think with your own brain and make your own assessments, because the narrative that these people push is ridiculous. I can dive deeper and we can get into the Tim Tebow aspect. They got rid of that man because he was a believer in God. Well, I won't even open that can of worms.
Look at this comment right here from Reed. Absolutely. We are an NFL form team. Come to the Giants. You know, play well for a couple of years. We won't sign you. We'll just shop you off to the next available team. It's just sad at this point. And absolutely, sometimes in life, you know, things can get stale, situations can get stale. Sometimes you need a reset. This was probably the best thing that could ever happen for DJ. He gets a reset. Not only does he get a reset, but he almost gets an upgrade in a lot of different categories. If you look at the combined roster, obviously he gets an upgrade at head coach because Kevin certainly knows what he's doing. And if you really think about it, you know, Minnesota, that's a nice area. And who knows what could happen in Minnesota with Daniel Jones. And that's a move that's a smart organization does. New York Giants used to be smart, not so much nowadays. But if you think about it, Minnesota, they got JJ in the rings coming off of an injury. They don't know how he's going to perform. Why not? To get a quarterback in there that has been in struggling situations. So maybe when JJ comes in, maybe he throws a couple of picks. You have Daniel Jones, an experienced quarterback, right there on the sidelines. And who knows? All he needs is a chance. Daniel Jones gets in there, gets his chance. And what Lou said, maybe he does turn the corner and maybe he does lead Minnesota to a championship. Sam Darnold, we see what happens for the rest of this year. He didn't pick Minnesota just to pick Minnesota. He had a bunch of list of teams to go to, and he picked Minnesota for a reason. Who wouldn't want to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson and Addison and TJ and what they got going down there with the running game? Like, they got a roster down there in Minnesota, and they got a defense. And if you really think about it, it's sad. It's really sad. It's really sad that comment is absolutely right. We have absolutely became a form team. Come to us, show off your skills, and then you can go sign with the ops. And the ops can lead you with a great O-line, open the damn gates for you. And now our opposition is on the way to a fucking Super Bowl appearance if it's not for the Lions that will take them out. But yet he's not worth $12 million. I didn't pay the quarterback to hand the fucking ball off. Where is the quarterback? And where is the running back? They're both gone.
God damn shame, bro. It's a shame, bro. It's the dumbest shit I've seen in a long time, bro.
Let's just go totally what New York Giants football is not about. Let's just flip the scales and like we're living in an altered universe. when we had Strahan growing up, when I was watching the Giants, they had Strahan. They still drafted people like Tuck, drafted people like OC to bring to evolve. Like, who's there to help these young guys out? Like, we're letting them walk. Like, and then you duck the question. You duck the question. Joe Shane, how does it feel about McKinley leaving? Well, we have Newbin. Answer the question. Don't say you have Newbin. Newbin's not McKinley. He's not even close to McKinley at this point. Yes, maybe one day he can, and don't ever sit up there and be like, we drafted Tyrone Tracy when Barkley's out here hurdling backwards. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand this regime, and it's sad because I'm not a guy to be like, let's switch it up every 2 years, but I just don't see a way that we go into 2025 with Brian Daboll as our head coach. It's beyond me.
You can't justify that. You can't justify that at all. There's no justification for Brian Daboll being your head coach, even right now today.
That's facts.
He should have been fired. And I can kind of understand that we had a quick turnaround. We got to have a game in Dallas. But I would have much rather you fired his ass and left him in Germany.
Facts.
All our draft pick, right. Ghost Dog. Shout out to Ghost Dog. Development is a serious issue not only on the Giants, but in the league as a whole. The NFL has a real issue on their hands that needs to be addressed. Yeah, it's rigged. Once they legalize gambling, bro, it's over.
Yeah, you had all these players gambling.
I don't know where Miz is at, bro. Miz is a no-show. This is some bullshit, Miz.
Yeah, come on, Miz. It's the first episode. You can't do that to us. But you want to move on to the next topic? Or should we wait for Miz for a bit? You think he's going to show? He'll pop in when he'll get here.
Bro. It is what it is, man. You go ahead. You start the next topic, bro.
Yeah, so word on the street is there's a lot of coaches. Names are coming to mind. I think most of us, majority of us, if not all of us at the Big Blue Crew, do believe that we're done testing the market on a new up-and-coming rookie, up-and-coming offensive guru. Let's use that word lightly, guru. We want to experience a coach that has coached in the NFL before, or at least high level in college, but majority in the NFL. There's a couple of names out there. Hey, what's up, Miz? Thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely. Before we actually move on to the next topic, we will do a fast rewind. We do have to get out of here really soon too to host the debate with you and MIG. But what's your thoughts on Joe Shane and Brian Daboll? Real fast, give a good 2 minutes and we'll move on.
What's up, Lou? What's up, my brothers? Zion.
Are you happy? Miz in the midday, Miz on the mic. Are you happy with what Joe Shane and Brian Daboll have done to this fucking team? Honest opinion. Curse, I don't care how you feel. Put it all out there. Because this is the Necessary Roughness podcast, and these candy-coating ass sports analysts want to tiptoe around stuff because their palms are getting greased to keep quiet about it and look the other way.
Right. No, I'm not happy with Joe Shane. He's giving away countless players. He's supporting the league with superstars. It's embarrassing for us to watch the Eagle fans chant, "Thank you, Giants," and bullshit. Barkley's exploded on the league. You gave away Julian Love. You got nothing. You gave away Xavier McKinney, Defensive Player of the Year candidate right now. You got nothing. You didn't get even a fucking jelly bean, okay? You got rid of Barkley, MVP for the Eagles. If that doesn't make you sick as a fan, I don't know what's going to make you sick as a real fan. Daniel Jones, all right? Some people will say you wouldn't have gotten nothing. But you know what? How come a couple of teams were knocking on his door so quickly? How come he's got a home 3 days later? Tell me how come. Got something for him if you really would have thought it out or planned things the right way. I'm not happy with this shit, bro. You're not getting picks back to try to get better. I know Mara mingles, but whatever. I'm going to leave that on the side. As far as Daboll, it looks like he's losing the team. The wheels are falling off the bus. And, tomorrow's going to be big for Daboll. I'll tell you right now. I think Daboll's career is on the line tomorrow for the Giants as a head coach. If the team don't show up and play, and I mean play a tight game, if they lay down like they did last week, regardless if they're bad or if they lay down because, they weren't happy with the way they did Jones. They did him kind of wrong, the way they got rid of him. It was the wrong process. And so the players decided to teach them a lesson. I believe that. But either way, regardless, if they don't show up tomorrow and play a tough, tight game with Dallas, along with Neighbors running his mouth, it just looks really bad on the head coach. So, we'll see where things are going to go. You also got to factor in that there's big names out there. Now, the thing with Joe Shane, I kind of believe he's going to be here because he wouldn't be sleeping in Colorado and living on Shador and Dion's doorstep all the time right now. So I have to think that there's some type of green light from Mara to go do what you got to do, find the quarterback there. And so that kind of leads me to believe that he might be here. I don't think Dable's going to be here the way things are going. But again, tomorrow's a telling game, man.
Shout out to E-Man Perry. He says he lives in Minnesota. Okay, where'd it go? He said,
"What's up, Alex?
Where is it?
My brother."
Bro, I live here in Minnesota, and a lot of people here like the pickup of Daniel Jones to Minnesota. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because people who know football know that Daniel Jones has the potential to be a good quarterback. It just takes a coach to make him believe in himself and put him in good situations so that he can build off his confidence, build off some wins, and that's how you build momentum and you build the season. But when you have a coach who's too egotistical and can't get out of his own fucking way, okay, who wants it to be all about him, who strips the play calling from Kafka and scapegoats him because he lets the Coach of the Year award get to his head, and now he thinks that he knows more than everybody, right? Which is why when Wink Martindale said, hey, my defense is doing all they can to keep us in games and your offense is shitting on us over here, then he wants to scapegoat Wink Martindale, right? Because there's no accountability in this garden gnome-looking fuck, okay? Now, when you have a guy who can't get out of his own fucking way, you have to move him out of the way. Mara has this problem with being non-confrontational. He's the type of guy that if you raise your voice at him, he'll look down and away. He won't keep eye contact with you. That's a fucking herb.
Right.
You don't need a herb at the helm of a Fortune 500 company. I need Tish to step in with a pair of fucking balls and make some executive decisions. Get rid of Joe Shane and get rid of Brian Dable. And here's a hot topic. I want Miz to go ahead and lay this one out on you. Bring in Bill Belichick or bring in Vrabel or somebody who's done something, who has built a program here that is respectable. Stop bringing me these fucking experiments making the New York Giants a guinea pig.
Right.
That's absolutely facts. And Miz, we want you to go in on that. And I'm gonna face the question this way. Ben Johnson been a hot topic, a hot name. What he's done with the Lions, been there for a little bit, started his career at Boston College. A lot of the people love his system, but we know this as Big Blue Crew members. We don't need that no more. So what is your thoughts? I know you have the show coming up where the Big Blue debate where you're going to be talking about Bill Belichick, but I want to hear your thoughts on a Mike Vrabel, on a Ben Johnson. What's your thoughts on them? And then obviously your thoughts on Bill Belichick as well.
Nah, no way, Alex. There's no such thing as screw Belichick. I understand you're a little younger. You don't understand. You're talking about God right there, brother. Okay, you got to relax. That's God of football, bro. And he's got 8 shiny, bald Lombardis that you could comb your hair in to prove it. How you like that? And I'm tired.
I would say the young generation
is old too, bro. That's nonsense that Belichick is old. I don't want to hear that non-shit because all the old people come back and have won championships. And I'm ready to go back to our roots. Stop looking for the young, fearless forecaster or the next amazing guy who's going to lead us on a decade run. It ain't going to fucking happen, brother. It's only going to happen when the Giants get back to the Giants. And I love Alex. I'm not really talking right at Alex, but a lot of the young guys, they don't understand what giant roots are because they wasn't alive to remember what that is, brother. You know what that is? That's called football, brother. Before they made all these shitty rules and fantasy garbage that twisted your minds into thinking that's football. That's not football. Football is when you get down in the trenches and you pop each other and you see bloody fucking nose tackles with broken noses and power running games like Brandon Jacobs and Jerome Bettis, okay? And physical front sevens that win you Super Bowls like Strahan, Tuck, and Omanura. You remember those guys, Antonio Pierce? When the Giants get back to the trenches and pound the fucking rock, which a lot of you young guys like to talk is boring football. I got news for you. Boring football wins. You want to know something? In August, I told you the Steelers were going to be boring and they were going to be one of the best teams in football. How are they looking right now?
It's absolutely facts.
Let's
man,
go, Miz.
Look, boring football.
No.
Win championships. Lou, tell them. Go ahead, Lou.
Yo, son, stop messing with my shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that one. Thank you.
I agree with Alex right there. There is a chance Belichick's going to get the keys to the entire franchise in Jacksonville, so he might go there.
I would say
make
this.
It sound like Belichick doesn't know anything about football no more. Let's stop the nonsense right now, bro.
I would say that, Miz. That's what I was gonna oppose. To play devil's advocate, a lot of younger fans. I would actually include myself in this. I would say because of his age. We're not gonna sit up here. We're not gonna say, "Hey, Bill Belichick is not the greatest coach to ever coach." We're not gonna do that. We're gonna give the man his respect. But a lot of people will say that the game passed him by, and a lot of people will say he'll be like a bridge coach. So, what's your thoughts on people like saying, it's the people like me saying, if his age, we think the game passed him by? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not gonna argue with that. Let me just say this. I'm not going to argue with that. If you want to have a young guy because you're looking for 10, 15 years, I understand that. So then we call Vrabel. But let me tell you something about Belichick. We're the biggest shit show on this side of South Africa, okay? That's a fact. We're the biggest shit show in sports right now. It's embarrassing, but you got to say it. And in order to clean up a shit show of this magnitude, it's got to be somebody who commands major respect the second his
when
face
he walks in the door. Yep.
Thank you. Go ahead, Luke. Take over.
Yep. And Alex, look, I'll say this. He says, I'm not saying he hasn't won, but name me any good players he drafted in the last few years. Now, Belichick was never known for the fancy, flashy draft picks. Belichick was known for getting the most out of the lowest draft picks. Okay? That's what Belichick's specialty is. Belichick knows how to speak to the inner person in you and bring what he sees in you out that you don't even know about yourself. And that's what the great coaches do. They see something in the player that the player doesn't even know they have. And they're able to coach it out of them and bring the best out of them in the moments that it's needed most. And that's what makes Belichick a great coach. That's what I'll say to that statement.
Right.
That's
who was Tom Brady when he was drafted? You tell me. Go back and look. Of course, everybody is too young to remember. Who was Tom Brady coming out of Michigan? Wasn't
Mr. Irrelevant.
Pick or 7th round pick?
Exactly. Mr. Irrelevant. He was the last pick.
Yeah.
Dead last. What's going on, NYG?
NYG in the house.
And Mike Tomlin makes the most out of nothing in Pittsburgh. I was just going to reference a little video snippet that I watched last night with Zion, I believe, where Mike Tomlin was saying, I don't run away from coaching. I run to it.
Right.
So that's you seeing the potential in a player and then molding that player's skill set to bring it out. Okay? That's what the good coaches do. Dable is obviously not that. Okay? It's time to move on. Joe Shane is not good at business. Yeah, he might be good at the cap, but he's not good at retaining players and acquiring new players. So the cap shit is irrelevant if you can't use that cap to get said players in here that the cap is needed for. So hogwash with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Giants right now needs a real deal head coach, a man who's going to discipline this team, teach the kids real football, and also has to have a real system. You got to have these things. Yeah, Neighbors is right for speaking his mind and being upset about losing. I agree with that. But there's a way to go about it. The way he's going about it, that shit would never work under some real deal head coaches, I'll tell you right now, man. That's where you need a little cleaning up, a little discipline.
Well said, guys. Well said. Well, that's probably going to do it for the first official episode.
Hold on, brother. No, we ain't done yet.
Want to make sure you guys make the debate as well, but we can drag
Big Blue. Hey, listen. NYG is in the house right now. I see him in the chat. Push it back 15 minutes. We're going to end it at 10:44 so that we're going to hop over there at 10:45, all right? But I got to touch on this right here.
Go ahead, Luke.
Alex, Damn, you made me forget my point with. Okay, no, okay. Alex says if anybody wants to debate me on that, you're on Wednesday. The next debate on Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Alex will be debating against. Wait, he says, what is it? Where I want to get exactly what he said.
Bring him on. He's welcome to come on.
Look, Alex is always welcome. Alex is always welcome. But I want to quote exactly what he said. Shane sucks at drafting and reading the market. Anyone who wants to debate me can do that because I know we have some Shane stands around these parts.
I'm not going to say Shane sucks at drafting. I will agree with the market crap. But he's a good cap guy. He's gotten us out of cap hell. So you got to give him a little credit somewhere.
Well, if he stays, just stay and sit in the corner and get the players that Mike Vrabel needs, okay? If Mike Vrabel tells you what to do and you just go grab the players if you're going to stay. That's the only way I'm having to stay. But decision makings, like you can go do analytics, but make sure we get a proven head coach, whether it be a Belichick, whether it be a Mike Vrabel. And I don't think if Belichick comes in, Joe Shane's not going to be here. But if Mike Vrabel comes in, I can see something about Joe Shane still being here, but just stay in the corner and just get him the players that he needs.
I could see Joe Shane staying here because Mara don't want to shake up the pot and get rid of both of them while the season is still on. But I will say this to your point earlier, Alex. I have no problem with Vrabel or Stefanski. My problem is if you go and get a coordinator from Detroit who hasn't built a program in the NFL. Or if you go get a first-time head coach who hasn't won anything in the NFL. I'm done with them experiments. You know what I'm saying? You go get Vrabel, you go get Stefanski. I'm cool with that, bro. Them guys have been around long enough. They've made a name for themselves, and I've seen what kind of teams they've put together and how they've coached. Okay? But these guys who have never been head coaches, what's the guy's name from Detroit? Benson?
Ben Johnson.
And all that. Yeah, I'm done with the experiments, bro. I'm done with the experiments. Drew!
Yeah,
I'm here for episode 1. Is this the one where Anakin turns evil? Yes. We have all went to the dark side. We're tired of this bullshit.
This team is so bad and so young. You don't need another experiment.
No, we're talking about next Wednesday, Alex. The week after Thanksgiving.
A proven leader of men who has led men to a championship before or close to it. That's what we need.
That have built a winning program.
That has a lot of
That's a fact. And on one more topic before we close out, because this one is the hot one on everybody's mind right now. Our 6th overall pick has walked out of the building and signed immediately with a team that is in playoff contention. And we got absolutely nothing in return for him. Now, you can hate Daniel Jones. You can like Daniel Jones. Whatever side of the fence you're on doesn't really matter. The fact that he was your 6th overall pick in the first round and he has left the building with not so much as even a fucking compensatory pick. Okay? Okay? Saquon Barkley, your 2nd overall pick, okay, has left the building. You didn't get shit for him. Okay? Your 2 best players on this team, arguably for the last 6 years, left here scot-free. You didn't get a penny for him. For those reasons alone, Shane should be flogged and beaten in the center of the town. Okay?
No, throw in and don't stop.
Hypothetical, we don't promote violence on this podcast, but we get the point. Absolutely. I'm down for that.
Throw in and Xavier McKinney.
This podcast. We promote all the smoke.
Don't stop there. Throw in McKinney. Throw McKinney in there too, bro.
Yeah, the best safety in his draft class, proven commodity. No one's gonna pay this safety $15 million. Or guess what? Green Bay did. And look at him in Green Bay the first 5 weeks. Julian Love, like we said earlier, goes and makes the Pro Bowl. We just don't know how to keep players here. And obviously, Julian Love, we get to go. I mean, like, didn't we draft Kadarius Toney and traded him? But I mean, like, where's our draft picks? Where's to show? You know what I'm saying? Where's it to show? And it's sad that when you can't sell this better, right? oh yeah, we're just gonna cut him because he actually wants to be released because obviously you guys haven't played scout safety. So he goes and he tells John Mara, hey, release me. And then they're like, you think they're probably laughing, not laughing per se, but they're like, no team's gonna want Daniel Jones immediately that fast. And he has a list of teams ready to sign him. It's like it's a joke, man. It's absolutely a joke.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Yeah, he thought
All
Barkley.
of a sudden, people. I'm not talking about Alex. Alex brought it up, but I see other people on Twitter. All of a sudden, people want to throw some cookies at Gettleman after they hated his guts for like 4 years.
Andrew Thomas looking great. Traded away OBJ, became Dexter Lawrence. He looks great.
Well, the truth is the proof is in the pudding. Gettleman drafted good guys. We didn't have coaches here to develop them.
To develop them, absolutely.
The proof is in the pudding. You can hate Gettleman's accent. You can hate the Boston about him. You can hate all of that stuff. He drafted good players. We did not coach them up. He drafted good players. He didn't hire good coaches.
Yeah, you might.
And it does look like he did draft a golden jacket player in Berkeley. That's probably good. Sad.
Yeah, he was right about it.
But, you know, this is where the Giants are, man. And, you know, I don't want to stay too much longer because, you know, Miz got a debate to go tear up. I'm going to go moderate it. But this was episode 1, man, the test pilot of the Necessary Roughness podcast with myself, Miz, and Zion. Okay, this will be a once-a-week podcast every week. Okay, and we will bring the heat every week about all the sports topics that these analysts are too scared to talk about, might be a little too risque for ESPN or Fox Sports or CBS or any of that stuff. But we'll bring it to you here raw with all the smoke on the Necessary Roughness podcast. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, man, for the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. You heard? Also, while you're at it, make sure you go subscribe to Miz in the midday on YouTube. Also, Zion Zenith on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to GNATION already, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life, but you need to get it together, okay? But make sure you go hit that subscribe button for the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. We're going to check out of here for the first episode, man. Make sure you hop on over to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network with Big Pat Sports Talk for the heated debate between the man, the myth, the legend Miz and the unpopular one, NYG22. And for now, man, y'all know what it is. Until next time, man, y'all know where to find us. Peace.
Let's get it.
Peace.